Hello, hello. For those who may come in while I'm doing this, welcome. As my description says, I'm working out the kinks, and I could only rather do that at night, at least here in the United States at night, just so I can hear what I need to fix. So I'm just bringing up my channel. Let's see. That didn't change. Go here. Okay, that's good. I'll bring up the sound so I can hear. I may have a bad setting on my OBS. I'm not hearing anything that I'm piping through, and I want to make sure that it does get over to those who are listening. Let me see. Okay, I can hear it on my iPad. My microphone is coming over. So, how's everyone doing? Those who may come in while I'm doing this test, you're going to see me flashing to some screens in which I have developed to help give me breaks in between live playing. I've done some pre-programmed playing and have created them as scenes. So I want to see how it looks and how it sounds coming across so that I could set for loudness. So let me just adjust. Okay, let's go to scene one. right. Okay, so I know it does play. And I'm sitting here wearing headphones, and I don't hear anything coming through the headphones. That's the issue that I am having. It is not, OBS is not sending this signal or sound through the headphones, even though I'm hooked into the same box where the signal is going. But I do have my laptop turned on, and the sound is good coming out of there, so I know that's good. If you notice on my page, I am now a sponsor for a clothing wear conglomerate. One of my good friends, she has her own black clothing store business. So I told her I would love the opportunity to rock her products on my page. I'm trying to make sure it lines up okay. I don't think I got it right. Let's see. There we go. Harlem Nocturne. That is the company name. So this is the hat you will start seeing me wear, especially in support of Black History Month. As you can see, I have my brand also, but I want to be able to support other black businesses. And she's a former singer from my choir days, and she was the first soprano to blow out speakers in the church's PA system. She sung so high and so strong in the song. I don't even remember the song she sung. All I remember is that I heard the speaker pop and then saw the smoke coming from the ceiling where the speaker was. So tremendous singer back in my day as a musician. Okay, so I see that this is operating, just moving things around here on my two screens so that I can look directly at you right there and make sure I got the hat on correctly. Again, Harlem Nocturne is the company name. In the community page, you will see I have a link to her business in the community page. Let's just let's try the next one to see how that goes. Nope, not that one. Alrighty. Okay. For some reason, who joined us? Two in the room. Um, don't know why that video cut out quickly. I'm not sure why. I'll check that out though. Make sure I got this hat okay. Turned on some more lights so that I can check the setup for the live playing. Again, those two scenes, I call them scenes, but they were pre-programmed music for videos that I placed on my Facebook page. Rather than post them here, I'll probably change some of the music so I have different takes on both sites, both on YouTube and on my Facebook page. Let's see what the live setup is going to look like. Okay, I need to turn something on. Okay, so that was done already. So this can disappear. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. Something just went on with OBS. It just crapped out, but it just came back in. So I think we're still transmitting. Yeah, we're still going. So just moving things around to test for better lighting. This light looks to be too hot. Let's turn that down. There we go. Keys look good now. Who joined us? This video will probably not stay up because I can hear it coming through my iPad, so I know that everything looks good. Alrighty. Different setups for the microphone when I switch. Not that I'm going to be singing. Let's see. Let's see how we sound now here. volume looks down on the piano. Trying to get the right spot there. Let's see. Doo-doo. All right, just testing different pianos. I needed to see uh, if I changed live piano sounds while I'm playing, where the volume, um, what is the volume scale would be. I'll leave this up just a little bit so I can listen to it, and then I will delete this. Oh, G-Man, how are you? Oh, this is not the actual live. I'm just this is test. This won't stay up. I'm just testing to see um, how things are working. In fact, I don't like the fact that this camera setting now is a little off. Let's adjust that. I've done some upgrades since the last live. Okay, so now that puts that light in the wrong place. So let's move it here. Okay, try it over here then. How's that? Nope. Change my head. If I move here, then I touch the light out. I say, never a dull moment, right? So yeah, this is what I am going through. If I'm going to put a light, I can't have it when it's on right there. And let's see. And I'm adjusting the size of this. Okay. Let's give it a little more. Take out some of my roof and bring that up to there. I'm always looking to improve. Okay, so what's not showing is my logo on my shirt. And I can't go down any further there. I upgraded this camera. Alrighty, okay, so now let's make the adjustment here. That's better. I want to make sure that the logo of my shirt shows. Adjust that up a little bit. And of course the hat that I am now, I will be rocking during each of my lives. I will be, and in videos, I will be rocking this hat. As I say, I am a unofficial or an official merchant. Featuring merchandise from a female black-owned business, Harlem Nocturne, as you see in my. Let's move this over a little bit. This is all part of it. Again, this won't stay up. This is just giving me an idea so that I can accomplish everything I want to do. Let's adjust this. Thank you. When you're the chief cook and bottle washer of your company, you have to eliminate all the possibilities. And this is the part of it that I like, because this lets me know that once I set this, it won't change. I'm going to play, you weren't here earlier, I'm going to play one of the pre-programmed scenes I have, which will be part of the concert. This is the choir. No, this is when I was the musician for Timothy Wright in the East Coast. This is a pre-recorded piece that I did. I think this is here. No, shouldn't be. Product demo. Here it is. righty. So that looks to sound good. Uh, Got to work on the timing for when it's going to end, but that's okay. That's what live is all about. Let's see if I change my colors. How's that going to affect what I'm doing? Take that light out in the back out and put up a background to cover the back of my studio. I'll leave the light on there. Oh, so glad I'm here. Yeah, that was a staple in my church. I'm going to talk about how, as a young musician, I actually was the state musician for Timothy Wright. So I had a chance to to be indoctrinated into his style of music. When you were his musician, you had to be able to play what he wanted to hear. And I lasted. I'm trying to think. It must have been at least 6 or 7 years, I think, with him before he moved on into more of his working with his choir, his concert choir. He couldn't do both, run the state music department and do the concert choir. So, but for that 5 to 6 year period, I had a chance to be in rehearsals with him to learn songs he taught the choir, and to not travel with him, but he brought the church at that time into a different arenas. We went into the Madison Square Garden for a service, and to a college campus for a service. So I had a chance to get different atmospheres of playing music. Never really was starstruck by the moment, because I was a trained musician to play in jazz bands as a youngster. So it was just another arena. Just play the music, make sure the equipment works, and do my part. Trying a new setting for this microphone too, so that it's not so much in the picture as it was before. I believe I can take it down. Let's see. Just making some adjustments for it. Don't break. There we go. Okay, it still catches some of it right here, but 1 2 1 2. What's the scale look like, or the metering looks like? 1 2 1 2. Could take it up a little more volume wise. 1 2 3 1 2. Make it a little more sensitive. Okay, I can hear it getting better. I can also take it up here and really make it loud, but I don't want it capturing me breathing. Move it right there. Oh, welcome, awesome man. This is a testing the my setup, getting ready for a live concert I plan to have here. It's going to be a hybrid concert. It's going to be part live, part pre-programmed music, and then I'll. Okay, that's too loud. I can hear that right now, and I'll be able to read some information. That's not just my history in black music, but black music in general. I'm going to cover music from the 70s and the 80s. That's when gospel music in the church began to be accepted more. And I was glad to be a part of that generation of church musicians that got a chance to do something that wasn't a hymn, an anthem, or a spiritual. If you're hearing back talk, that's because I'm listening on my iPad. I just adjusted it down because I turned up the microphone. If you're hearing back talk, that's because I'm listening on my iPad. Just adjusted it down because I turned up the microphone. Gee, man, excuse me. I think I'm going to give it about another 3 or 4 years and then hang it up myself. Out of all the churches I played for, the UMC I play now is one of the best. G man, my last 19 years was away from the Pentecostal church, away from the Baptist church, and working with a United Methodist church, a senior group of singers who actually sung by sheet music. So there was no hand clapping in a sense. They were not used to that. They were used to holding sheet music. So I could actually create sheet music for them. Actually, I think, yeah, I may feature some of the songs that I also did with them. Let me see what I have here. I should have a picture of them that I can use. Let me see. Let me go back to. Microphone. Okay. I was talking all that time and my microphone wasn't even on. I was saying this is a picture of the Charlie Tupper Young Adult Choir. I turned the music down. They they were the choir that was freed to now sing the more contemporary gospel music. So the older choir still sung the hymns. This choir was allowed to sing the Hawkins songs, the Thomas Whitfield songs, the Andre Crouch songs. So that's where I got a chance to liven up the music beyond, a hymn. I'm the guy that's, if you're looking at the picture, third gentleman in from the left. That's me in the back there. A young Sam Tolbert. I turned down the music that's playing on this. Okay, I'm curious. It just stopped. Alright, so you see me from there. I should be able to swap this. Let's see if I can swap this. So yes, that's me from back in the day when I had hair on my head. I mean, it's a little bit there now, but not as much as I used to be able to grow as a youngster. I played for Kobe Church for about 8 years. That church ran me in the yeah. When I went to Baptist for 14 years now, I've been with you for about 6 years. Yeah, I did Baptist church for 18 months. Um, they were easier than the Kojic church, but then the pastor began to ask all the musicians to learn the songs for every choir, and there were like six of them. And I said it's time to go because I was only supposed to have two choirs. I let them add on a third, which was the children's choir. So when they said to learn the songs for all the choirs, I said it's time for me to find another place in which to serve. And that was the Methodist Church with one choir, senior in age at 19 years of no problems until it came time for me to just, as they say, call. Then one of my lights just went bad on me, so that's what I'm doing. Checking to see why it's not holding as long as it should, but that's okay because I upgraded my lights. So I have to move it into a different spot. But yeah, this will be one of the things I'll be doing. I'll be popping in on pictures of from my past. Because we're going to be doing the theme of the back to the main page. The theme will be Amen, music of the Black Church of the concert. Because the Black Church did everything. They did anthems, spirituals, hymns, and gospel. So I may include some light Hezekiah Walker, some Kirk Franklin, some Donnie McClurkin, because I did do all this. I did all his music, whatever was required of me to learn. It's one of the things that I appreciated being a musician back in my time. There was always new music coming out, not like it is kind of today, where everything sort of is cookie cutter. If you know four chords, you can play most of the songs today. Just place them in different spots. But back in my day, we had to learn intros, the cuts, the choir parts, and if you didn't have any other instrumentation, the bass part and horns. If you're working with two keyboards, a lot of work back in the Pentecost days, Pentecostal church musician days. All right, still. And G Man and also Man, what you're seeing me, I think I mentioned the G Man. I'm rocking my first sponsor, sort of. It's a young lady who used to be in one of these choirs. She actually I don't think she's in that picture. Let me just see. I don't think she's there. Let me just look at it again. Is she in there? Nope, she is not in there. She she had a tremendously strong voice. Abraham, how are you doing? I'm just doing a test stream for in preparation for my next concert here live. The young lady whose hat I am wearing, she started her own black clothing or black apparel business. She's just getting started, so there's not a lot of products she has, but she has shirts and she has hats. So I purchased a hat. Again, I believe in supporting my own and our own, and told her I would gladly love to feature her products on my live streams and in my music to help support her business and help it to grow. Again, as you get older, you're not looking to outrun anybody anymore, but you want to be able to help those who are starting in a different area of life. I tried my own online store and I purchased the merchandise myself. I think I bought more merchandise than I sold, but I'm going to go back into it once I get through with the concert. In fact, I should have had a line of stuff for Black History. Now that I think about it, I may still do that. and create some products just for this concert. That's what I should have been doing. You see, you guys, I'm glad you guys are making me think. I got to create some products to for this Black History Month, which I can get them in the store tomorrow. That's what I will do. I got plenty of images I can create and that I can move to take cups, probably cups. I won't do sweatshirts, but I'll do cups. I'm shooting for the third week in February. Oh, I disbanded all the merch. I had it up for 2 months and no one purchased it in 3 months. I had it up since November and nobody made any purchases outside of two people. So I said, you know what? Maybe this is not quite what people want to be rocking right now. So I discontinued all of it. Not a problem though. I can recreate it. Um, T-shirts maybe. This sweatshirt, it's gonna get warm in the springtime, so you don't want to be wearing this when it starts to get warm. But I'm going to do this for the Black History concert. I'll go back. In fact, I'm kind of old fashioned. Let me. With all this electronic I have, I still keep paper and pencil around to write things down so I can remember it. Okay, just writing down Black History concert. Create merch, and we'll keep it simple. Cups, and we'll go T-shirts. So that'll be here on my right in front of me for tomorrow morning. Create some merch for it, and of course, again, this is the hat from the young lady's business, Harlem Nocturne. In the community tab, you can see a link to her website where she is selling the merchandise which her company is making. Again, and this hat, I just got the hat today, and it feels wonderful. It's all cotton. It's good and strong. This was all embroidered on there. It wasn't stamped on. This is embroidered on, and there's even a fist on the back. So yeah, I'm giving a shout out to her, and for Abraham, the concert I will post in the community tab when it's going the exact date. As I say, I'm still working on the format. I did a live concert on Facebook just to test how well it's going to work, and only for 39 minutes. It's actually posted here on the link here that I did from the Facebook page, and with all the playing I had to do and switching from playing to switching to changing the scenes, it was uncomfortable. And then the thought came to me, well, I can easily create um, videos of me doing music for different eras of music. This gives me a chance to take a breather while it's playing for maybe 5 to 10, well, not even 10 minutes, playing for 4 to 5 minutes, and then I can just come and do a reading about Black history in the black music in the church. In fact, let me just do a search now. YouTube is a great place for to get information. I once did it once years ago, and I forgot what I did with that write up I had. Music in the Black Church. Let's see what we got here. Just trying to find the not plagiarism, but information that has been posted already. I'll give, of course, credit to whoever wrote it. Okay, here we go. Precursor to black gospel music is the African American spiritual, which has already been around for well over a century before gospel music began its rise to popularity starting in the 1930s. Songs written by African American composers in the following decades of emancipation that focused on biblical themes and often drew from spirituals were the source for development of gospel. The example is D Gospel Cars by a popular composer, Sam Lucas. So yeah, I will find readings that I can read in between the. This is a pretty good one too. In between each of the music. The shift from spiritual to gospel is evident from the recordings of the African American religious songs. I'm reading fast. In the 1930s and 40s, I wasn't alive then. The Holloway High School Quartet of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, recorded by John W. Work III in 1941, provides an example of traditional spiritual arranged in four-part harmony in Old Ship of Zion. And you know what? I know Old Ship of Zion too. And let's change our scene to here. Again, this is all a test for how I might do this. I happen to know Old Ship of Zion. I learned this song back in my first early days, and a senior choir was singing it. What key did they do it in? Okay. So this may be something I consider doing, being able to play some of the music that's written about here. Who joined this? Oh, Tumarin. Hello. All right, so let's see. Daniel saw the stone. Not familiar with that one. Probably could figure it out if I had music. Key figure development of gospel music was Thomas A. Dorsey. I think I did do one of his numbers. Father of gospel music. Okay, from getting okay. This will be probably the write-up I'm going to be using, and this is from the Library of Congress, so I won't be infringing on anybody's copyright. Let's see. Aretha Franklin, Think, Evan Hawkins, Mixed General, okay. Happy Day, that's when I kind of came into the playing of it. Let's see, resources. All right, yes, this is a good write up here. Actually, I can make this part of the presentation. Let's find a place to to scene 2. All right. Got to work out a way to make that more of a cleaner transition. All right. Bringing it a little more. That would be the together. And in between, let's see, I can pull up this one. stretch out from Institutional Church of God in Christ of Brooklyn, New York. If you want to know what I'm doing, I am creating a merch cup. Let's see. That's not the picture I want. I got a better one than this one. Where's the other picture I have? I just took it to desktop, right? Desktop. There it is. Can I get this in there? All right, I'll tell you what. Let's get this all out. What's going on over there? Yeah, but it's gonna be better than that. Again, I'm gonna do some. Um, I'm gonna use another keyboard, which will allow me to pre-program some more instrument sounds in it. So there's gonna be some horns, some strings, some bass, some better drums. Okay, let's see how this looks. All right, got the design of the cup in. I'm gonna change the price so that anybody can afford it. Okay, there we go. We lowered the price of the cup down. Let's see. Okay, and continue. And just putting in some text. All this is real time, gentlemen. I am creating the link for the cup now. I'm actually looking at it. Oh, there it is. Now, how can I share this with you? Oh, just share the screen. That's all. Let's share my screen so you see what I'm looking at. So it is now an available product. In case you want to go view it, there's the link to the store. And I've got some other ideas which I'm going to use. I may have a listing of some of the songs I'm going to be doing. I may do a sheet music thing of I may do a sheet music of a song I wrote. Again, I think it's always good to promote the things that a person is doing, especially in this day and age where as you can see, instantaneously a thought can happen. Go to your computer, go to this website that you're working with, you signed up with, and be creative right on the fly and hit the button, click, and now it's an available product. And as I say, this stream will not stay because it's I'm basically testing everything. But when I do come back in the middle of the third week, I'll have everything. All the songs will be lined up. I'll have a better lineup now that I know the page I'm going to potentially use for just for conversation to talk about it. Probably have a listing of the songs from the 70s and the 80s, which were popular back then, the ones that I learned, and some that I didn't learn. So again, I was the musician that was given music to learn. I didn't have the time to go and pick songs myself. I was playing for six choirs back then. You only saw one of them. That was one of the choirs that I played for. There were two older choirs that made three, children's choir made four, men's choir that made five, and a women's choir that made six. So that was uh, my past where they gave me tapes. I don't know why I still keep them. I have 20 years ago of cassette tapes with songs on them. Didn't know who the artist was. Just here, learn these songs. We're going to be rehearsing next week. That's what I was always told by three or four different groups. So the job of a church musician, as I wrote on my Facebook post, no one will ever understand what a church musician goes through, but a church musician. 'It's 1:20 a.m. on a Saturday night, but that's okay because I'm retired, so I can stay up to. And I probably will stay up to around 3 o'clock. Now that you guys got me all pumped up about creating some more product, I may see what else I may want to create tonight based upon what I've been putting together for this concert, just to be able to have merchandise that people can purchase to support. Again, a lot of this stuff that I'm able to do is because over the last year, you guys who have been watching my videos, every time you view a video, that's a click charge for an advertiser to see what I'm doing, and when I get paid by AdSense, that puts a few pennies in my pocket. It's not thousands of dollars, but it's enough for me to go and buy a $49 microphone, $29 light. What else did I get? I upgraded my M to the M1 Mac Mini, which I would need to upgrade it again when the newer one comes out because sometimes it does choke on some of my software because I didn't know how powerful it was, and that's why I got the baseline model. I need to get the new one to come up with more memory, so I can do more. What else did you guys help me buy? A Focusrite um, mixer. You helped me pay for that. You helped me pay for a camera, which I haven't hooked up yet, but I do take some of my shots with that. You see the pictures that I take are done with the cameras that I have here and the lights that I use. As I say, I'm the chief cook and bottle washer. If a thought comes in my head, I go to YouTube to figure out how someone else does it. Then I go pick up what I can based upon my budget, put it all together, and then make it happen. And then I present it out to you guys out there and gals my subscribers and my viewers. You're my since I'm no longer a live church musician anymore, or as a profession. You are my congregation now. So everything I play, the presentation has to be as correct as I possibly can. So if I need to do an upgrade to make it better via merch and getting some things to and having a good microphone, there's another mic I want to pick up later on this year. It's still pricey for me, and this one I believe every time I hear it, it sounds good enough for what I'm doing. But who knows? We'll see. We can get my viewership up and my subscriber count up, then I'll be able to invest in a different arm and a different microphone that holds the arm, like I see all of the other people using. Let's see. Who am I going to thank? G Man, thank you for coming in. Awesome, man. Pleasure having you come. Glad you've been watching me all these years. I've tried to be better every year. Now that I'm into year 2022, as you see, 2021 was when the year of upgrade, when I began to upgrade the equipment and upgrade the software that runs the equipment. And because of that, OBS now runs good. There's a site called StreamYard. I see a lot of people using. I'm looking at that, but I'm also looking at how much they want for me to be able to use that software. And I'm not at that stage yet where I can justify that additional cost just to be able to do lives like this and bring people on to have conversation. But I am looking at it. As I say, viewership would help me determine whether or not I'm ready to go into that level. Toonman, thank you for coming in. Oh, there is a fountain, please. I didn't see that. Music of Andre Crouch as well, please. Thank you. Yeah, that's why I like these lives because that's what I try to do. I'll give you the music of Andre Crouch because he is going to be a part of my presentation. Just reading the comments. Great piece you play. Happy day. The vamp with that bass line. That must have been So Glad I'm Here, I think. Oh, it was So Happy Day, yeah. I'm in my house alone and I had to try to get up to dance. Oh, not a problem. Nice, like it. I hear my pillow calling me. I wish I had a good place. Because your lovely wife. Oh, 2 months. I was going to play one of the Andre Crouch songs for you before you go. Let me give you some of We Are Not Ashamed of the Gospel of Jesus Christ. One of my personal favorites. Needed to practice that one. Output volume. Yeah. Those are all the things I'm going to have to write myself notes around whenever I switch a scene to, especially for the keyboard, to make sure that I check the volume level. Just looking at it. Okay. I just checked it. It was low set on OBS. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I didn't have. I adjusted the volume down on the piano because it sounded loud in my headphones. But I gotta realize the headphones is taking a live feed from the keyboard and not from OBS. But that's what this is for. That's what this semi live testing session is for, and having live people to just critique me and let me know what's not sounding good, so that I can make a mental note, and then reset. And I gotta go back and try it again. Really? Go up more than that? I was spiking over here. That's why I actually turned it down a little bit. My headphones, I could hear it overdriving. Okay. Yep, that'd be something to that'd be something to worry about. Maybe your microphone, maybe your speakers are actually down. Oh, Sub Zero, how are you? Yes, I could see on my Focusrite it was spiking a bit, so I actually turned it down. Oh, welcome, Calvin. Kojic churches, yeah, yeah, they do love to shout. And at being a Kojic musician for 25 years, I was the not the initiator of the shout. In my day, we didn't just force the people into a shout. It was organic. I would actually watch it. First of all, I'd watch I'd watch the actual minister to see whether or not he was he pushing it, and then I'd look out in the audience to see whether or not the congregation was ready for it, because you don't hate to start a shout tempo and and the people are not with you. Back in my day, it was just an organist and people with tambourines and foot stomping and hand claps. So you always had to, from my standpoint, gauge were the people in the shouting mood based upon where the actual sermon was going. Nowadays, I watch the YouTube videos, and these guys they got the shout bump tracks going, so people don't have to clap anymore. They got the clap track going, I should say. And I say that's cheating, because back in my day you relied on the people out there. You never really had a drummer. I need to do that. That's got to be part of my presentation. A old fashioned gospel shout. Let's see if I can. If I can use the drum patterns here to set the tempo for me for an old-fashioned Kojic shout. Let's see. Let's come out of here. Again, it's something where you can't really mimic it. You got to be able to trying to set the tempo. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Sub Zero. That was me. Left hand. Actually, my foot pedal. When I played the organ, that was the speed of my foot pedal. I had practiced that for years, being able to have a foot pedal as fast as my left hand. So when I think bass on my left hand, that's how I would think bass on my foot pedals. All that movement up and down, back and forth, different patterns. To me, the praise or the shout music was another song. Yeah, this is not going to stay up, but I may do. In fact, let's put that on my to-do list. Old gospel shout, A flat. And of course, what I'll do is I'll create a track so there'll be claps and a tambourine and a sound of foot stomping back when it was organic back then. All right, as I say, I may leave this up just a little bit. Uh, I won't monetize it because it's not really a quality one. It's just testing everything. But there's always good information, and then I may take it down once. Um, maybe I'll see. I'll see how long I'm gonna leave it up. I think it's over an hour long. Going on 2 hours. Yeah, this can't stay up. Uh, Calvin, thanks for coming in. Tunman, hope I was able to give you a good representation of an Andre Crouch song. I believe is what you asked for. Yeah, Andre Crouch song. Sub Zero, thanks for your participation and let me know that it sounded good. In fact, I'm gonna listen to this through my headphones just to see what don't I hear correct. And let's see, I don't want to miss anybody. Sub Zero, Tunman, Calvin. Abraham, thank you again. And of course, G Man. Where can I get some merch from? Oh, some merch from the sister. Oh, I thought you wanted merch from me. See, that's what happens when I don't read everything. I caught the first line. Where can I get some merch? And I thought you wanted merch from me. I put in my community page her link. In fact, let me go. I can go get that from the community page and post it here in the live. Let's go and find. Just going to the community page. Huh. Oh, here it is. I wonder where it was. And here's a link. I'll leave this page up so that if you want to go and check her out. Again, she just got the site up and running in January. That's when I saw that I could order this hat. This hat is, I'm gonna say it is of, it's good material. It's very sturdy, and this is all hand embroidered. This wasn't stamped on by a machine, which is why it took so long for her to get it to me. I thought maybe she didn't even get my order. She says, "Oh no, we're waiting on the hat to come in, and they work on a hand do all of this." So it is a work of art. I guess let me just move a little bit closer so you can see what it looks like. I can just take it off my head. That's all stitched in by hand, I believe, or whatever machine they're using, and of course they put one in the back of the hat. It's very comfortable. It's got holes in it for to let air out. As you can see, that's hand stitching that is there. This is her card. Let's see if I can get that to look good. There we go. Conscious, cultural, creative. Just turn that around. Harlem Threads is the company. So if you can and want to invest in a young woman who's starting her own cultural, black culture apparel store, I certainly would appreciate it, because I had told her what I was going to do. Do I have clothes? I had clothes merch. I took all that down because for all the time I had it up and was advertising it, I didn't get anybody to purchase it. If you want to see what I had, besides this hoodie, I had these t-shirts, company logo on it. Personally, I didn't like the way the logo was printed on it. I'm more of a heavier shirt. These are the merchandise that I had in the store that's no longer there. I took them all off. And there's a ladies version of merch. Let's see. And what I will probably have to do is create a commercial video for the merchandise so that it'll always be in there. But I also had, let's see, I had cups with the logo on it, with the more official logo on there. Maybe I closed the store down too soon. I should have kept it up and running. And my favorite, because I've already, this is a tumbler for hot or cold beverages, again with the company logo on it. Let's see. I had this for the ladies. It's another a tumbler that you could put your beverage in, keep it hot or cold. And I think I got another shirt in here. Let's see. Oh, yes. And this was another shirt with a different logo on it. This ladies, I believe. Yeah, ladies. There we go. But as I say, the merchandise didn't sell. I think I've had maybe 3 or 4 orders from the, and I realized it was around the Christmas season. It opened up really middle of November, and a lot of people were, had probably more than likely had exhausted their what they called it, the extra income. So I didn't really push it hard. Just wanted to let people know that it was available in case they wanted to support another musician. I'm missing one. Should have been a cup here. It was a cup I had also one made that had a drawbar settings for the Hammond organs on there. But again, all of that is not that I can't put it back. I can put it back as easily as I created the new one. But I wanted for 2022 to to go with some different merch. And you guys helped me for Black History Month to even remember. Oh, right, Black History Month. I could put out something for that. So I got the first one out there. Again, I'm not probably going to do. These are like $47. Very warm, but kind of pricey, and I didn't quite like the how this came out. I worked real hard to keep this shiny portion from being on there. So I said, you know what? If it does sell, great. If it don't sell, if I take it off, it won't matter. I may find another way that they can embroider the company's logo without having so much of this shiny portion show on it. So I'm very conscious. I want to put quality out there, even though it's my first entry into having merch. I still want it to be quality. So of course the next one is going to be better than this one. And who knows? Who knows? Am I breaking up? Because I'm not hearing myself coming through on my iPad. It's got plenty of power in it. Let's see, maybe because I got it volume turned down. No, that's not it. 1 2 3 1 2 3. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Testing, as they say. Testing 1 2 3. Yes, now that you're doing this here, do promote commercials on this. Well, let me put it back up. I won't put all of it. Again, I'm going to relook at how I structured it. I think there's a way I can redo the merch so that this background is not showing. I was actually testing that today on this page you're looking at right now. I was testing how that would look to be able to cut out the background on the image so that they wouldn't have to print that part of it. So that's one of the things I want to look at once I redo it again. I have the software that lets me look at the actual logo file that was sent to me, so I can actually go into it and make my own modifications. Actually, for this one, yeah, for this picture, I actually made modifications. This wasn't the exact logo that was sent me, but because I have the software, I was able to look at the logo and make my own color modifications to it. So I may look to make it more of a gold on black look for the next one. So yes, I'm gonna relook at. Oh, welcome Anna. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. I'm gonna look at redoing how the image looked that I would import over to the company that actually does all this work. But I will. There'll be more merch because I'll be working on it. I may be working on it tonight. Maybe get 5 hours sleep and get a good start. Get the start back on it tomorrow morning. Yeah, Sub Zero. If every time you go to my page, there was a link to my merch store on every video. I cleared them all off. Actually, again, I can do this while I'm online. I can go back and see if it'll let me add on what I just put in. Let's go and look at the settings. Merchandising. Okay, organize. Let's see. Yeah, it's only showing the one that I have there now. The other one did not get loaded on, so I'm loading on one of them now. which is a spring item that I put out for the ladies if they want to have a nice cup with a rose from my former rose bush that I had. That rose bush is no longer available, but I took pictures of it years ago, and I said one day I'll be able to put these pictures in something, or if not a frame, on some item, just so that to keep alive that what that rose was. Oh, actually, no, that rose is still alive. I have another one, a red one. Okay, so there'll be two products there, and you got the link to the store, so you can see the Black History Month 2022 mug that I just put up. Again, I won't do a T-shirt. I may do a tumbler or something like that. I'll see. Yeah, I'm wondering why my sound is cutting in and out on my iPad. Let me see if I can reset it. Let's close it down and let's bring it back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sounds okay now. Okay, so Tumon, I will um, when the new merch comes available again, I will post it back in the community tab. And anytime you look at any of my videos, if you look at the entire page and not just do a large screen, look at the entire page, you'll see the link to the merch site, and that'll take you right there, and you can support as you will. Again, the prices that they suggest were high, and I brought them down. So before I could make maybe $6 or $7 on a cup. Now I put it down where I only make $1.10, making the cup more affordable to those who actually view and want to support. All right, so I'm not going to call everybody's name again. We do have Anna Baker who came in on us. Thank you for coming. I see I have 7 viewers. Not everybody has checked in to say hi, so I can acknowledge you being here. But thanks for coming in, helping me do another test stream as I look to bring a one-man concert. A one-man concert, and also I want to be able to feature some um, different sounds. As I say, there are some songs I'm not allowed to do, but I may just sneak them in there just enough so they'll be heard. I have a lot of history in the music of the Black Church, and this is the entire month of Black History Month, so I will still be dropping incidental videos just to sort of keep testing the sound quality. I think I may come off of the keyboard I'm on right now and set the other one there in its place. Recheck the camera settings when I do a live. This is my live setup. That's the camera there I'm going to use. Oh, these are the shirts. You might see a overhead like that, or I may switch over and do a scene like this. Turn that down. I want to bring that to a stop. don't have a microphone set up for that setup there. But I'm going to create another page where I can post pictures from my past of past choirs, and I can play some of those songs, or post a picture, say from, let's say, Thomas Whitfield from his album, where I've played a lot of songs from his album, just so that you, and post some of the songs that I will be featuring. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of history in the black church of music that never got a chance to come out and to be recorded where people can hear it. I like to think us at the bottom, that the musicians who were in the church all the time, who wrote songs in our local churches who never had a chance to be recorded. I've got about 25 of those myself. So it'll be a comprehensive concert. Try and keep it concise. I may break it into sections rather than do a full hour. I may do 30 minutes here and 30 minutes there in that same week. To give you a chance, not so that you're not tied to viewing the entire thing, but to have enough content to where you enjoy hearing my voice. I may see if I can steal a voice from somebody else. Basically, I get someone to read something from me, and I can actually import that into the concert. That's one of the fun parts of doing what I'm doing, is being creative, and I can create the whole content and then just let it play. Let it play like it is, like you're looking at an actual production. Well, if I don't leave, I won't leave. I'll put it like that. So thank you all for coming in. Anna was watching you on TV, not signed in. I have to figure out how to do that. I've gone to YouTube from my Verizon files on my TV. Yeah, yeah, Sub Zero. When I look back at my first productions back in 2006, when I was using I can't remember what kind of camera I was using, but the quality was horrible. But it was my first time on YouTube, so it sounded great to me. Now when I go back and I review those old videos, because I look to see which ones can I redo because of the real bad sound, I go, gee, I don't have that keyboard anymore. If I played that same song, I would play it different. And in some cases, it's got so many views on it, I'd hate to just take it down. So I try to make the next video better than the previous one. All right. Well, everyone enjoy. It's 2:30. Excuse me, 2 o'clock a.m. here. I'm gonna drink some water because I've been talking for what, 2 hours now? Yeah, 2 hours. But again, thank you for coming in and helping me with fine tuning what I want to do here, giving me ideas, especially about the merch. And for those who are going to support, the young woman, her name is Dina Gardner. She's again tremendous soprano voice back in my early days as a church musician. Powerful voice, not just able to sing a high pitch, but most times didn't need a microphone to actually project her voice. I got an opportunity. She was going to go overseas to sing with a gospel group, and she asked me to come in and play for her audition down in New York City. So I came there to play for the audition, which she did get. As I was leaving, they stopped me and they said, "Mr. Talbot, yes, um, can you play this song?" I think it was "When You've Given the Best of Your Service." So I played it, and they said, "Oh, wonderful. Would you like to go overseas?" I says, "No, I'm sorry, I can't. I have a family. I have a full-time job. I'm not available to go overseas and play with a traveling gospel group. Would have loved to have done it, but family needed to eat and need to be able to stay in the house where we lived. So this gives me now that avenue with the electronics to go anywhere with music. I'd hoped I'd had a singer with me, but didn't work out. But as I say, I may borrow a voice from someone and say, "Hey, sing this track for me. Just send me your voice with no music, and then I'll play behind it." Maybe we'll see. We'll work that out. Because again, gospel music, black, especially black gospel music, was all about spur of the moment. Somebody would start singing a song, and as a musician, if you never rehearsed with that person, you had to figure it out on the fly. And for me, that uh, was always a challenge and a joy because I got a chance to get pushed further than playing for a choir. My ears would have to listen to every inflection of the notes they were singing to gauge where they're going musically. If it was a song I didn't know, and if it was one I did know, what key did they put me in so that I can adjust the music around it to support it. And I did very well, I believe. I think "I Won't Complain" is one of those songs that everybody sung differently and started it in a different key. But and that's one of those standard gospel songs which I used to have one here on Facebook, no, excuse me, on YouTube, and then I had to take it off because they would never allow it to be monetized because I put the words on the screen. But I did put one back as on a lesson format. They haven't bothered with it. So I may touch on that song and others that were prevalent songs in the black church. That's why the concept higher choir theme is going to be around the music of the black church. Let's see. I would love to see you put together a gospel music theory series in the near future. I'd love to hear your perspective. Sub Zero. I do have a live I did 2020, I believe, where I talked about gospel music in the black church. Let me just review. I can see my content, just looking for it. Let's see. Looking at them. February 8th, 2021. How Black Gospel Music Evolved Over the Years. A live discussion by Sam Talbert. So I do have a live I did from February 8th, 2021. So if you go to my main page and go into my live videos, you should see that one as linked in there. It was called How Black Gospel Music Evolved Over the Years. And I think it was, I'm trying to remember what I did there. I think I spoke of from my standpoint because again I had a chance to be a a participant in 45 years as a church musician in the changeover from anthem spirituals to gospel to contemporary gospel to urban gospel to the hip hop sound of gospel to the classical gospel to the jazz gospel, um, and to the now CCM, Christian contemporary music gospel. Kind of went the whole gambit. All right. As I say, if I don't leave, I won't leave. I'll leave this up for those links for those who want to look at things. It won't stay forever. Thank you again for coming in, spending some time with me, and be blessed. Take care.